Hi, my name is Haley Persaud, and today you are watching Sister Girls. With me, I have
Lorna Persaud.
and she's a Sister Girls mom, and then I have
The one and only.
the Queen Bee. You're still the Queen Bee.
Sandy Pope.
Yes. So we are talking about cigarettes, and you know, when you see someone smoke cigarettes, are you happy about that?
No, I don't like that.
It's also a really big turn off when you see someone smoke. So I want to ask you guys some questions. Do you know how you dispose a cigarette correctly? Maybe not because you don't smoke.
No.
But take a guess. Like, do you know how the people dispose cigarettes?
Well, actually, when they smoke and they reach to the very end, they just flicked it on the street.
On the street, and
Yeah.
sometimes the road, and that's not safe at
That's
all.
not nice, yeah.
But the proper way is to actually throw it in the water and then throw it in the garbage.
Oh, really?
But then again, throw it in the water is like not safe at all either.
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know either.
So you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Do you know how much chemicals is inside?
I don't know. No.
You don't know any chemicals? Well, it's a big surprise. 4,000 different chemicals is inside a cigarette. An average
One
day
cigarette?
is one cigarette.
4,000?
4,000 chemicals.
I thought that was a lot, but
That's
when I did a research,
believe it or not.
4,000?
It's 4,000.
I was like 4,000.
So is that why people get addicted to smoking?
That's why people get addictive. Now, a lot of people, they will normally smoke. A lot of the people who smoke cigarettes, normally they will smoke a whole pack. And I don't know how much is inside.
What, 10, I think
I think
30
10.
cigarettes? How
30
many
10 and
cigarettes?
20?
20, something like that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine 4,000 times 20?
Yeah.
And you smoking a pack a day?
And a
That'd
pack
be
a
dead
day.
That's not
in a
safe at all.
week.
Exactly. Like a lot of people will smoke it a whole pack, mostly every single day. And that's not safe at
Recently, I was doing a research, and why they get so addicted to it, it is because of that chocolate, I believe, inside one
all.
of
No,
them.
not
What
chocolate.
is it?
There's
What?
chocolate in there too.
Chocolate?
Yeah.
Really?
So
Can you
there's
name some of those ingredients that's in
so there is yeast.
4,000.
Yeah, there's
What?
those
You
are
gonna name all the
chemicals.
4,000?
No, but
There's the ingredients, but the chemical
yeah,
now.
but there's the chemicals
Wow.
inside the ingredients. So like I'm gonna just name a few.
Yeah.
There's yeast, wine, caffeine, chocolate, beeswax,
Yeah.
and there's also rat poison in there.
What?
But how are they going to get a
What?
rat poison?
Why-
Isn't
why
that
not?
rat
Well,
poison
yeah.
is a bit dangerous?
It is really
like?
dangerous, but like with the other materials or the other objects in there, not objects, ingredients in there,
yeah.
it's gonna dilute it. So it's gonna like bring it down a bit.
But what's the purpose of having the rat poison? in
yeah,
cigarettes?
why?
I guess it's because the people who are making cigarettes feel like, oh, whatever, let's put it in there. It's not safe at all. I mean, there's nicotine in there, and
Yeah, yeah.
nicotine is not safe because nicotine, it takes 6 seconds to get into the brain, and that affects your brain cells.
How does it affect the brain? It causes people not to think properly, or
Yes, that's exactly what it
Really?
does.
I think that when they go get the disease,
they get
that's how they get like crazy.
Alzheimer's disease or some of those other diseases.
Yeah.
I think if they smoke a pack, maybe they go and
Can you imagine people that smoke a pack a day?
I believe some of them smoke a lot more than that.
Probably,
Yes.
probably. Oh man!
So I'm
could
being nice
imagine
here. I'm just going to say that it's 12. Let's just say it's 12 because that's the math that I did. So there's 4,000 chemicals
Yeah.
in one cigarette. Just one. But if you're smoking 12, let's just say 12 is in a pack, that is 48,000 different chemicals in 12 cigarettes
Wow.
that you're smoking.
How did the body digest all these chemicals? How did the body?
Well,
Actually,
at first,
What happens to the
How
body when they digest all these
I have
chemicals?
no
And in the
idea.
lungs too. It
In
has
the
to go in
lungs.
the lungs,
now
right?
So
here's
that-
the crazy part.
It's a
There's-
creepy part.
That's going to affect the
already
heart,
creepy,
that
4,000
the lungs,
Yes,
the
but there's
lungs,
even crazier. Sorry.
the lungs, right? I mean, how quick that sickness get when they smoke a cigarette? They get a
if it
sickness
gets
straight
6
away,
seconds
or
to the brain, it
How
probably
many?
takes. If it takes 6 seconds to get to the brain,
Yeah.
it could take probably. Well, if you're already smoking,
Smoking,
it,
it'll
if
be
you're already
6, yeah.
consuming it, it probably takes 3 seconds, or probably
they get
just
in the
one-
brains. Just imagine.
6 seconds to
Imagine.
get into the brain, but
Yeah.
probably just 1 second to get to your lungs or your heart disease.
wow.
So if you thought that 48 different chemicals is in 12
Yeah,
pack,
yeah.
and you're smoking that every day,
Yeah.
here's the crazy part. 43 of the 4,000 chemicals creates lung and heart disease.
What?
Now, 43 times 12 is 516. So that's 516 chemicals that you are digesting and consuming that creates lung disease and heart disease.
Wow.
That's very
Wow.
dangerous. So
And remember, that's not even chemicals, sorry.
Yeah,
But it's not only chemicals, but then remember that is like yeast, beeswax, there's rat poison. There's also another one which I can't really pronounce, but it's an accidental release killed 2,000 people in India. And
What?
that's in a cigarette. That's a lot of people
That ingredient
smoke.
you're talking about?
Yes.
I don't know how to pronounce it. What? You know, anything you can't pronounce, I don't know.
It's
you
not
should be
safe.
eating.
It's
not
those.
safe. Could imagine.
Especially in a lot of the juices, like going off topic, but like a lot of the juices that you drink, they say if you cannot pronounce it, then don't drink it. So that's why I don't like to drink those type of things. That's why I go for like the kid-friendly type
Right,
drinks. you
right,
know?
right. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is 400,000 chemicals.
Unbelievable.
43 creates lung and heart disease.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that if people knew there was 4,000 of these ingredients in a cigarette, they would smoke? They would continue to smoke?
Well, what I heard is that people, when they smoke cigarettes, they are depressed, so they really don't
They-
care because
They
are
already get
depressed.
addicted to it.
Yeah, and they
so
already
they're
got
not going
addicted to it.
Yeah,
So
so,
they
they're
really
not going to
can't
give it up.
because like the
Yeah.
nicotine in it is what makes it addictive, so they can't think right. That's how it takes 6
Oh
seconds to
my
get into your brain.
goodness.
So 6
Wow.
seconds that gets into your
and that
brain.
makes you crazy, and that makes you
that-
want to keep smoking it. So they really don't care.
So that means that the blood is taking that ingredient up to the brain.
Yes.
So
blood or oxygen
so
or
this
what?
is,
What's
as I
going on?
mentioned, blood.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if there's people smoking, and if one of your member family needs blood,
Yeah,
they're going to use that
that blood.
That blood.
Yeah, when you're donating it.
Oh, I didn't
because
think
they have to
about
test that. No, that's a very thing to
Oh.
That's
to-
really
yeah.
dangerous too.
Because it's
Wow.
you smoking this thing, and this you already getting lung disease, and
Yeah,
you might get
yeah.
cancer. Well,
Yeah.
yes. So what about the blood? That is something we have to do
They have
to
to
do
do
a
that.
Blood
deeper
and then
research.
that,
Yeah.
what's inside. Now, when you said that how if people know
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
facts
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that, what I heard from my teacher in sixth grade, she was saying if you could see through your body and you could see your lungs going black and you could see your stomach and everything and all your tubes and intestines and all of that, then people would be much more aware because you're seeing what's inside your body. But of course, you can't see inside our body,
Yeah,
and of course that's why people
Right.
would smoke.
Wow, wow.
And
So do you think that the pharmaceutical company and these doctors are keeping us from looking inside of our body so that I'll tell you, so that people won't stop smoking? Do you think that they
No,
don't they want
because
to keep this information
you know,
from us?
sometimes like your
Well,
mind
they
control,
Yeah.
your mind control your body, and if it tells you your head telling your mind that okay, I'm not going to smoke,
it's still hard to
it's
stop
hard,
because the nicotine
but
in
you
it.
might get
The
you might get
nicotine, yeah.
one,
Yeah.
maybe one of the 100 might stop just like
Wow,
that.
wow,
Yeah,
wow.
just like that. But I don't think it really hard to get off and just if they join a
Right,
community
right,
like
right. A
not
rehab.
smoking, a rehab.
Well, well, you
Yeah.
know what's interesting too, because the tobacco industry had gotten so much lawsuits about
Right.
this
Disease,
health
yeah,
condition
yeah.
that a lot of the tobacco companies went into another industry, and that industry was the pork industry.
Right.
So they went to supply the world with ham and all of this ham stuff. But the problem with that is that they created these pork farms in the South and wherever else they produce them. And porks produce a lot of waste, a lot
Right,
of waste.
yes.
And so the waste was running over into the streams and to the lakes. This is in the Carolinas areas. And they had so many problems with the pork. You know, the pork was being diseased because there was
They
so
bring a
many
lot.
of them. And so it's like
It's like contaminated.
Yeah,
If the meat is contaminated and you eating that all that disease actually
Yeah,
coming into your body.
So that's
Absolutely
affecting
true.
us.
Right.
Yeah.
And like people are doing this. Well, not people,
Yeah.
but like
See-
they're letting this happen.
Yeah.
Yet still they're the ones who are eating and they know what's happening.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're letting us eat it and they know what's
Yeah,
happening.
exactly. Because again, this waste that spills over into the lakes
Right.
goes right into the water drinking
Fish.
system.
And
Yes.
Into
the
the fish.
And we eat the fish.
Yeah, we
and
eat the fish too.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is something.
Yeah.
You know, coming to talk about that after we're going to talk about the cigarette a little more, but since you mentioned about the waste, do you know the same thing that when a cow eats the grass
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
other chemical
Yeah,
things
yeah,
for them
yeah,
eating.
yeah, yeah.
They take that and they recycle it and give it to the chicken to eat.
Yes.
The chicken, I think you should really elaborate on that because
Yes.
you
What
should
happened?
know.
So this is what
I
happens.
don't like where this is going.
Okay, so what I learned with the Sister Girl mom and I learned, we watched this video, and basically the cow, when people are eating like what they would eat from the cow, the leftover parts of the cow, they would burn it and feed it to the chicken.
What's
Now
the leftover parts?
The bones
Something
and
that
the
you buy in the store,
yes.
in the meat store.
Yes. Oh yes. The same thing that we buy
But
in the
in the meat
store.
store,
Watch where
the
it coming
leftover
from.
parts.
That's a
Yes.
leftover.
Oh,
So
That
the
is what
leftover
we
parts.
eat.
Now, not only is the leftover parts going to the chicken, but that's also in some of the ingredients like gelatin, and that's not safe at all either.
What is that?
Gelatin.
Like when you're eating
Somebody
a jelly,
said gelatin was the best thing to eat.
it's tasty, but then I had to stop eating it because it's made out of cow bones and pork bones, and that's disgusting. But now going back
But
to
it's
the
very
chicken.
tasty, you know.
But going back to the chicken, so the chickens will eat that
Yeah.
once it's burned and like
Yeah,
grain, so they
yeah.
could eat it, and then the chickens will eat it, and the chickens will die eventually, sadly,
yeah.
and then they will not deconstruct, but they will use whatever they
Decompose, yeah,
need from that, and
Oh,
then that
yuck.
will go back to the cows, and they will eat.
What?
Yeah, it recycle. It keeps
Not recycle, but not recycle.
Not really
It's
recycle.
Not
recycle,
recycle.
yeah.
But like, it would go back over and over.
No,
That's
I know.
Like the
recycle.
cow would eat the chicken, and the chicken would eat the cow.
What?
Yeah, not,
Yes.
not
And remember, that's from the cow.
the cow not eating
That is
the live
horrible.
chicken.
Wait a minute.
Not
go
even
back.
live chicken.
Not live chicken, meaning they're not eating the dead chicken either. Meaning they're
eating the
they're
parts.
making back to the machine. You know that they're making this.
Is that why the chickens don't have any feet anymore? They lost their feet.
The feed, it comes back. It comes back because
It's funny, but it's true.
what the cows eat, the
Yeah,
feed,
yeah.
not the grass, but the feed.
The feed, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that
yes.
feed comes from the chicken.
Chicken.
What the chicken, yes, you know,
Like
like
a
if
recycled product
You know
that they
when you go to
put
the
together
farm,
and they give
Yeah.
it to the
when you
cow.
go to the farm
Yes,
and they
yes.
take the waste out from that.
Yeah.
Right?
Whose waste?
Now,
The cow waste?
They'll take
The
the
chicken-
the chicken
chicken
waste.
waste?
Yes.
They'll take out the waste that they don't need from the chicken, and then they'll take a pump and pump up the chicken so meat can go in the chicken, and then they will serve that. Like they will put it to
Oh, wait, that's
they'll
a-
put it to the processor, and then
You
they'll
know?
serve that. And then more leftover parts would come. They'll take those leftover parts, they will burn it, and then feed it to the cows. And then the cows will go and they'll eat it few years or a few months later because they're eating that. They will die. They would pump up the cow to get beef. And
When
then
you say pump up, what does that mean?
put some sort of chemical in it.
Like hormones or something?
Hormones.
Yeah, and then then the meat will form. So like when
Yeah,
we're eating
before-
meat, we're not actually
You
eating
know,
meat.
as
You know, what you say is so
Yeah.
true because there's something different about chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It grew before the time.
breasts are so much meat on
Yeah,
the breast. It's
they
so
pumped
sort of.
it.
And when you're looking at the
It's not even tasty. There's
As-
too much
yeah,
meat on around
yeah.
the small little chicken has this big breast, and it's just it's horrible.
yeah, so that is what we eat in our
Oh,
table.
I don't eat that. I don't eat that. Yeah. So
Right.
continue. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so
continue.
we're gonna go
Interesting.
back. So we're gonna go back to
But
the
this was
cigarettes.
interesting.
It was.
Yes.
It's a good thing that we went a little bit off topic.
yeah.
But now we're gonna go back to the cigarettes because that's the main part of this episode.
The health.
Yeah. So there is.
Yep.
So we said before,
Yeah.
4,000 chemicals, 48,000 chemicals, but that's coming from the 599 ingredients. So that's going back to the tar, nicotine, carbon monoxide,
Oh.
going back to the rat poison, the deadly poison, and then there's something called cadmium, and that's used in batteries. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember, if you can't pronounce it right, then
So,
that's
so,
obviously
so
dangerous.
before you go further, why is it that you think they're adding these kind of ingredients? Why does it? Well, I mean, maybe we answered our own question because you're creating a product for people to
Right,
to
to make
smoke.
it, to make
Yeah.
it.
It's not a natural. You go in the garden there and you get tobacco and you roll it and
It's
you
like
smoke
they
it.
want the people to be addicted to it.
Well,
But then
they would
And,
have
and
to. They would
the
have-
taste and the mint. It have one. I think it have mint in there.
there's chocolate too.
There's chocolate. Yes.
Yeah, chocolate is
But-
addictive too.
When,
But it's not really that. That's just
But can-
flavor. But the thing that makes it addictive is the nicotine and the carbon
what about the
monoxide.
So-
age of 14 and 15 years when they start smoking cigarette? Is it
Okay,
the
so-
same?
Yeah.
So when you're going, so like,
So I just before you go into there, so what people are smoking is a created product, and then they take the white paper and wrap it to make and call it
Right,
cigarette.
cigarette. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's not really, it's a cigarette,
Yeah.
but it's a created product.
Right.
It's not a natural
natural.
product.
It's not natural. Like as I say, tobacco, you go and you
Tobacco,
pick it on the
yes.
field
Yeah,
and you
right.
just wrap it in your smoking. I think
No.
that might be normal, but the one that have these ingredients,
Yeah,
very
yes.
dangerous.
It's very.
But the question I asked that, like 14 and 15-year-old, if they
Okay,
start
so in the 14 and 15 years old,
Start
that's not the age that you're allowed to
To
smoke,
smoke.
obviously. But some crazy kids out there would do that thinking, oh, it's so cool, but it's not because you're destroying your body. But they're already creating a disease in their body. And
As
they're
that age,
cutting,
as that young
yeah, and they're
age.
cutting their lifespan. Like, normally people would die at whatever age, like an old age, but they would be probably dying when they're 47 because they're drinking,
Wow.
because
Yeah.
they're smoking, sorry.
But do you think that they are aware of this? Do you
No.
think that they
No.
I think they want to be cool.
cool?
Cool.
or
Yeah,
have it?
they want to be
It's
cool.
not cool at all because
What-
you're destroying your body and you only have one life.
But
Like,
they're cool, but cool, they don't think about destroying the body. Cool is like
they want to
they
be
would
like
be like
known in
other
the
friends.
gangs.
Yes,
other friends,
meeting other friends do it, and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
think
yeah,
they
yeah.
want to just hang out there and
Yeah,
smoke
yeah,
and
yeah.
say,
I
okay.
smoke.
But as,
Look
at
us
me.
as
Look at
being
me.
sister girls,
Yeah.
but us being sister girls, we
Yeah.
do not do that. And
Right.
we're going to inform you guys for not doing that. So
Good.
if you watch this and you're smoking cigarettes,
At a young
remember,
age.
at a young age even, or if you're an adult smoking, please do not. You're destroying your body. And remember, you're smoking 4,000 different chemicals, or if you're eating, or if you're consuming a whole pack,
Yeah.
that's 48.
I have one more question
And then
again.
599 ingredients.
Well, maybe on the next show, we need to do another show on the
The
cigarette.
same
Yeah.
And so
cigarette,
maybe
because there's
do-
so many things to talk about.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
here we're talking about
Yeah.
the facts
Right,
about
facts.
it, but then
Yeah.
there we're going to talk about.
But I was just saying on the next show,
Yeah.
about cigarettes,
Yeah.
maybe you could have something printed out that these
Mm-hmm.
are 48,000.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. We can have it printed out for the next show
ingredients.
coming.
And so to show, have some diagrams to show that this nice person smoking, this is what they're smoking, this is what's going in the body, 48,000.
Oh, yeah, we'll show the body
yeah.
and then the tubes and how
demonstration.
it's going into the brain.
Yeah.
That is
some
interesting, though.
demonstration, Yeah.
When you say it have that much numbers in the chemical, the cigarette,
4,000
4,000. Is it that chemicals is also in the wrap, the paper wrap?
It's everything, everything
You
inside.
see, that's very.
that's
is
a-
it
everything. The
It's the-
4,000 chemicals, the 599
It's in a wrap as
ingredients,
well.
and the 400 toxins is all inside that white or probably brown. I don't know where it is, but it's all inside.
and
that
what about the
What about
little,
the
the paper
And the filter.
The
and the
little-
filter? Yes.
I don't know really. About
we have to
that,
do
though.
some.
I think we could
We
do a
do
little
have
more
to do a
research
video
on
about
that.
Yeah.
Because what if that's the part that has like the chocolate? Or
Probably
like, not the
because the
chocolate,
chocolate could be in that little
or like
filter.
the yeast,
The
or like
filter.
the wine,
That's
wine, caffeine. What is this?
But a filter is supposed to filter all of those chemicals out somewhere,
out,
I guess,
yeah.
or something.
So when like traveling on a train and this person smoking next to you,
I
is
do
it going
not
to
like that.
affect?
It's gonna affect definitely, but however, like the way how the smoke goes into the air, like that affects the body. But now let's go to how it affects the environment. So I love that how you brought that up.
Right.
When you're smoking, do you want someone to smoke next to you?
no,
No.
No.
no,
No.
No, I don't like because I will start coughing. Really.
No.
So-
Yeah, you will,
yeah,
because like,
yeah.
I mean, there is a way you could have an allergic reaction to some
That's
of
true.
the things.
Yeah.
So when I see someone smoking, like I'll try to cross the street, to get away from them,
Oh.
or go somewhere else because I do not want to smell that. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to.
Yeah, so if you're going in the train or the bus, you might as well get up and from the seat. You can't really tell them, oh,
I mean,
sorry.
that's why they say no smoking.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
say
that's
so.
what the signs.
yeah. But when somebody smokes, it gets in their clothes. You can smell
Yeah.
them, walking by or standing next to you.
From distance, like
Yeah,
if you know
yeah.
that could cause
You
a lot
know
of
that,
disease.
especially like weed.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I don't know about that either.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
I
You can smell it. Doesn't matter what it is. You can smell
Yeah,
it.
can
because when I
smell.
was like doing research about this,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was doing research about like weed, marijuana, and all of that different
Right,
things
right,
too.
right,
And like apparently it like gets on your clothes
Yeah,
too.
it gets in your clothes and your skin.
So that smoke now it travel a long way, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
So
travel a
yes,
long
it
way.
affects the body and it also affects the environment. So
Wow.
when how when we are talking to the plants, meaning
yeah.
like how we're talking the carbon dioxide. Sorry.
Carbon dioxide.
Yeah, it goes into the plants, and then they create fresh.
Yeah, yeah.
However, the chemicals inside the cigarette and the air goes in, it's really polluting. And then remember, it's a whole entire cycle, so that affects like the trees, right?
Okay, how does
And
it
then-
affect the tree? Because I
well-
thought the tree was a cleansing. I thought the tree cleanses. Their purpose is to cleanse the
Well,
air.
they
of carbon
breathe,
dioxide.
they breathe
Yeah.
too, so they get
Correct, but then
affect-
it could also affect, because remember, it's 4,000 different
Chemicals,
chemicals.
wow.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
I can't still even
amazing.
believe it too. That is really something.
Yeah.
And then-
Like where they actually getting this chemical,
But that comes from the
and
599
where actually they're doing
ingredients.
this research to know themselves how to put this together to come up
Okay,
with this
maybe you
taste.
don't understand. So there's 599 ingredients in one cigarette.
Yeah,
So those
yeah.
599 ingredients is the 400 toxins, meaning like the rat
Right.
poison and like the deadly poison.
Oh, I think I get it. Yes.
And and those poisons, remember, those poisons has chemicals.
It's also have chemical. That would make it
And
that
that's
much
what makes it the
numbers.
4,000 chemicals.
Yeah, that would make it.
What? Say that. I
All right.
You
that.
know,
Missed
if they're
that.
using, I understand what she's saying. That if they're using,
So if you're
for
using
example,
rat poison, the rat poison has like 3 different chemicals.
chemical right
Yeah,
there.
the chocolate has like what they put inside the chocolate.
Maybe
has,
about
like,
five.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the yeast and like everything that they're using in the ingredients creates the chemicals.
Oh.
So
But then
each
all
one,
of them, when
yeah.
they interact with each other, or like
Yeah.
maybe they will dilute one, or they will like make one stronger. That's what makes the 4,000 chemicals like actually matter.
So let me ask you questions. With all of this knowledge about what the cigarette does to a body, what is the manufacturer of these cigarettes thinking at this point? They have this big plant and they're making these things, these cigarettes, and packaging them up for us to, for the community to smoke. What do you think about these companies that's doing this?
I think-
they have no conscience.
don't
If
think they have any
know,
conscience because I think that
They
it
ordered
is,
10,000 pounds of rat poison
Yeah.
to bring it to the manufacturing area to make
I
these
think all is
cigarettes.
all
So
about.
what is-
I think it's all about getting rich.
is
Yeah,
that
because
what
they
it
don't really
is?
care
They
what they're
don't-
putting inside there.
Yeah.
Because remember, this is going to the people who are depressed. So the people who are depressed really doesn't matter. They just want it to like be something that you can
Yeah,
put
you
down.
just want to sell and you just want to.
And then now going back to the people who get the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they just don't know what they're doing.
It's a business.
And then once you
it's a
get
business.
into
It's a
it,
and then look at
business.
this as
Yeah.
a business.
business,
So
yeah,
if it's
yeah.
a business, you buy, I'll sell.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So
it's a business. Yes,
yeah, it's a
exactly.
business. So I don't care what I have in that. What you buy,
If
I
you're
will
buying,
put.
You buy it, somebody, yeah, but
Yeah.
more than a business, if they're producing a product that people are going to be addicted to, then that's something a little more criminal, I think.
Right.
Yeah, because now it's not only a business, then it's a business that's going to be everlasting because these folks are smoking and they smoke because they can't help smoking because they're addicted to the
They
stuff.
already get addicted to it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So it's really hard for
Wow.
someone to really come off of it. But I will say, if I give it 1 to 100, one might say, okay, I'm going today. I'm going to stop. I'm not going to stop. But you're only
Well,
getting 1 out of that much.
Right. No.
Yeah.
Well, see, nobody. Well, not nobody, but not a lot of people.
Yeah.
Even when they start having the warnings on the cigarette packs, right?
Yeah, they do,
How many
yeah.
people stop
would
smoking?
actually listen to
Not
it.
much.
No, I've listened to it. That's right.
Yeah.
right. Because I don't think they really think. Well, first of all, they can't think if they're addicted. Because it's
again,
like-
for the nicotine.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like being addicted to ice cream. You know, you're overweight, but I like ice cream. I'm going to go and get myself some ice
Some
cream.
ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it comes
simple
like
as
that. Yeah.
It's
Like you
simple,
want
yeah.
it.
I want it.
Like,
I'm going to get
I
it.
love
That's
food,
it.
so I want that
I
food.
want that food. Yeah.
You know,
Nothing
something with
to-
that
yeah.
food is the same as the cigarettes. You know, I was listening to a program that when they get angry, they eat more.
Wow.
So if you look at
probably.
it,
Really?
now,
You need to do some research on that.
we will,
I
we will
will
not,
create a board. I'll put everything.
Yeah.
I'll put the body. I'll
we
put
will
how
not
it's similar.
know the cigarette because we don't smoke, so we don't really know how
That's
addictive
true.
it is.
That's true. Yeah.
But the food now, as you said, ice cream. But food now, me when I get angry, I eat more. So now I could understand how people actually feel about a cigarette.
Well, we certainly need to do a show on
About that
About
as
the
well.
connections of
Yes.
how it's
Oh.
equal to similar things.
Exactly.
Yes.
We need to have a show about the water that we drink.
Yeah.
So I was in the supermarket, and a lady had 5 gallons of whatever
Different
brand.
type, brand of water.
Then she also
yeah.
picked up a liter of Pepsi Cola. See, that's drinking Pepsi Cola is about
Yeah.
not Pepsi Cola, but a drink,
drink,
that
yes.
look like that. I'm
Yes.
not going to make any
Say-
names per se.
Right.
But those kinds of drinks are detrimental to your acid balance in your body.
In your body.
But they have 5 gallons of water, and they go and pick up a bottle of this stuff that's poison. So it's the same thing, smoking.
Yeah, smoking, eating, and a drink. That is how we could actually communicate with the cigarette.
Yeah.
That is the example right there,
Yeah.
because we know how we feel when we like something and how
Yeah.
they feel. But this food is something that you know that is.
But here's the thing: when
This is
you're
we need to
addicted
eat,
to it because
but
of
this-
a certain thing.
Yeah.
Like you're addicted to pepper, so you would
You're
keep
addicted to pepper?
I love pepper so much.
Pepper, really? You mean
Really.
Scotch bonnet pepper?
Really, I
makes
will
her
even
own
go
pepper.
to
What's-
scorpion pepper.
What's the hottest pepper?
The scorpion pepper, I believe.
Scorpion pepper?
I think
I
that
don't
is
know.
the
You
hottest.
gotta
I
bring me
believe.
some, because
I will do that.
I thought Scotch bonnet pepper was the hottest pepper on the
This is-
planet.
what is the
Scotch
name?
bonnet? Scotch bonnet
I
pepper or something
don't
like
know.
that.
I think one is higher than that.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But you know, like how we get addicted to that.
Addicted to
But you
things,
see,
yeah.
food is something we need the food, but
Yeah.
cigarette you don't really
Cigarette,
need
yeah,
the
right,
food,
right.
and
But
that is
that's
giving
coming
you.
for the depressed people.
What's coming from the depression?
I think they
world?
also want to be
the
cool.
Yeah, well, that's like for the younger kids who think it's cool, but it's not.
Yeah.
But the
So we
older
now,
ones-
so then we have to, Sister Girls, be friendly. Have to do a campaign about cigarette smoking for young people.
Yeah.
That's what your Adventures of the Sister Girls clubhouse should be, and your clubhouse should always have something to talk about.
Yes,
the
something to
girls
talk,
and what
some
they
girls
do,
talk.
and cigarette girl talk about the cigarette smoking and why it's
and
not
how
so
they feel,
cool.
and take down little notes, and you ask a
Yeah,
question like, "Why
yeah,
you
yeah,
so
yeah.
young and you want to smoke?" And
Yeah.
you know, get down.
And
to
don't
that.
forget that the young girls who smoke, somebody's always introducing our young
Something to
girls
another person.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right,
to
right.
introduce them and tell
Yeah.
them how
Yeah.
and why.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's have a little recap. So one cigarette has 4,000 chemicals, and those 4,000 chemicals, if you're smoking a 12-pack, then that is 48 different chemicals. Now, if you are smoking that, then you're smoking 599 different ingredients into your body. So that is not healthy, and we should not smoke cigarettes. So if you're smoking, please go into, like, you know, what is
Rehab?
it called? Yeah, and like try to stop that, because you're really affecting your body, and that cuts down, you know, your time, and it's
And being a sister girl, right?
Being a sister girl.
and it's really sad. So this is an environmental TV show, and now we have to come down to the main question: how do we save the planet? So first, we have to think. We have to think about if we want people to have different things all over, trash, chemicals, or anything like that. We don't want it. So the answer is no. We don't want the place to be dirty. We want it to be, you know, clean. Anyways,
All right.
so sadly the show is over, but we will come back once more. Thank you all for watching, and stay green.
Stay green. Wow.